One of the main features of humanity is gossip. This word has a negative connotation, but like many other characteristics of our biology, it has surprising evolutionary reasons, which make it an important tool in our arsenal for survival. It's the way we keep track of who to trust, who to fear, and who to avoid. The downside of a digital society is that small, ordinary situations can become sensational due to how much they provoke people's need to opinionate. In the digital age, gossip mutates. It becomes viral myth. 2 years ago, we were exposed to what I considered, at the time, an inconsequential event. A young lady having a public meltdown within an American Airlines plane before takeoff and demanding to be allowed to get out. There were arguably many signs in her demeanor and facial expressions of her being under the influence of substances, the nature of which I have little to no interest to discuss. Also, I am not here to cast aspersions. The reason why I consider the event inconsequential is that I am often uncomfortable with how much people are quick to judge and disparage human beings in a difficult moment. Tiffany Gomas was clearly having a bad day in that video, but we all do from time to time, and in the follow-up videos she has given a world-class lesson to many celebrities in sincere apologies and in taking responsibility for your own actions. She also appeared smart, articulated, and in full control of her faculties, so I have nothing negative to say about her. What I am interested in, given that this is a channel about anomalistics, is how the conspiracy engine went haywire with this event. It probably feels like a very distant moment to you, but I think it's always worth revisiting a cold case, so to speak, when new information comes about, and I might have recently stumbled upon a small, unrelated factoid that could provide a surprisingly mundane explanation to her famous sentence, the one that attracted the attention of the paranormal community and that caused endless speculation on its meaning. That is not real. Let's watch the episode again before unpacking the various theories.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
What can we actually observe? One thing is for certain, Tiffany was in deep emotional distress, and I doubt anyone could convincingly argue that she was acting. Too much blood coloring her face, too many involuntary hand gestures and stances. Her voice falters, her breathing quickens. There's no denying that in that moment Tiffany truly believed the person at the back of the plane was not real, and that's what her senses and perception were telling her brain, and she did what her morality commanded: self-preservation and an attempt to protect others from danger. She first reacted to what she perceived as a threat, then protested to the flight attendant, and finally insisted on leaving when no one seemed to take her fear seriously. The clip we've all seen is, in essence, a record of a person's attempt to warn others. But notice, we only ever see Tiffany's reaction. We never see the man or woman she believed was anomalous. Despite this, many were quick to supply a paranormal explanation, that the person sitting near her was an alien in disguise, more specifically a reptilian. You probably don't need me to explain that theory, but here's a brief summary. According to it, a secret cabal of reptilian extraterrestrials has infiltrated human society at every level: governments, corporations, media, to conduct experiments and prepare for domination. Before you think I'm being dismissive, let me be clear. I have investigated enough alleged cryptids, UFO encounters, and unexplained phenomena to know that there are genuine gaps in our understanding of the world, and I've seen how powerful interests sometimes manipulate perception to downplay or ridicule such mysteries. So yes, strange things exist. But that is not a reason to abandon caution. Curiosity without discipline becomes belief. Believing that Tiffany saw reptilian immediately without testing other possibilities is the definition of confirmation bias. It's comforting because it affirms an existing worldview, but it isn't the truth-seeking mindset this channel stands for. So what really happened on that plane? To my knowledge, Tiffany never revealed exactly what she saw that day. She never described what prompted her to say what she said, and she never confirmed the wild theories that followed. And that's why the story has stayed in the back of my mind for 2 years, until I stumbled upon a strange word: raw dogging. Raw dogging is a trend among young travelers that's been going on for a few years. It entails complete disconnection while flying, no in-flight entertainment, no music, no books, no food or drink, just sitting motionless and screen-free for the entire flight. Some describe it as a kind of a dopamine detox or minimalist challenge to reduce external stimuli while in transit. It's not a recognized medical or psychological practice, more of a social media meme or self-imposed endurance test. And as with many viral challenges, some take it to the extremes, appearing almost trance-like and completely unresponsive. Now imagine sitting next to someone like that. The human brain isn't a camera, it's a prediction engine. At every moment, it guesses what reality should look and feel like. When stress, exhaustion, or chemicals blur those predictions, the world can start to glitch. Objects seem distant, faces flatten, time stutters. Psychologists call this derealization or depersonalization. It's common in panic attacks, during flights, or under medication meant to calm anxiety. Mind tries to correct the mismatch, sometimes by writing a quick story, like, "That person isn't real." For a few seconds, the story feels truer than sight itself. Then the chemistry settles, the narrative dissolves, and we're left wondering what just happened. What we call supernatural is often, not always, but often, just the moment our predictive machinery skips a beat. This, I believe, is what happened. Two people sitting next to each other, both using strategies to cope with anxiety. Tiffany's perception was temporarily distorted, a bad trip triggered by stress, medication, and a disorienting environment. That explanation fits everything we know. Air travel stressors like cabin pressure, noise, confinement, and sensory deprivation heighten anxiety. Medication or alcohol, even mild, can distort perception, especially with fatigue. A nearby person's stillness can amplify unease. When those factors collide, the brain experiences a perceptual mismatch event. It predicts one thing, perceives another, and the gap feels existentially wrong. In anxiety or altered states, that gap becomes a short, vivid narrative. He's not real. It's the same mechanism behind pareidolia, glitch in the matrix sensations, or mild hallucinations in sleep-deprived states. But that only explains what happened to Tiffany. It doesn't explain what happened to us. The video hit the internet. Her fear became our folklore. Her outburst contained the perfect mythic structure. A villain, that one. A declaration is not real, and an implicit threat. And you can stay on display and die with them if you want. It echoed exorcisms, alien encounters, and glitch horror. The internet, primed by meme culture and paranormal fandom, amplified it instantly. Her personal perceptual crisis became the internet's mirror for collective unreality. Maybe that's the strangest part of all, that a single moment of fear can evolve into folklore overnight, and that a million strangers can mistake another person's panic for proof of something cosmic. But the truth is, not every mystery dissolves under inspection. Some things are out there, genuine anomalies that defy our models and remind us how unfinished our understanding of reality really is. That's why strange spotting exists, not to mock belief and not to surrender to it either, but to follow the evidence wherever it leads, whether it reveals a trick of the mind or something that truly doesn't fit. We explore both sides of the equation, the human perception that shapes the story and the phenomena that sometimes prove the story right. Because if there's one lesson in all of this, it's that the border between the explainable and the unexplained isn't fixed. It moves as we do. Here on Strange Spotting, we chase understanding, not certainty. We look at the strange to understand the human, and we study the human to get closer to whatever else might be sharing this reality with us. If that kind of curiosity speaks to you, one that values wonder and rigor, empathy and evidence, consider subscribing and be part of a community that asks the harder question: what if some of the impossible things turn out to be real?